Welcome to Season 4, Episode 3 from Field to Plate with Larry. I'm excited about this episode. We've kind of been leading up to it, showed a few pictures. We're doing fried soft-shell crab, some Cajun shrimp. This soft-shell crab is going to be served on a sandwich. Shrimp's going to be a little spicy, served with some rice. And it's just, these are just a delicacy, especially if you like blue crabs. So the reason they're soft, if you can see this, they're going through a molting stage, switching shells. And when they do this, everything's soft. You can eat the whole crab, claws, everything, because there are no hard shells at all on them. So, and these are super fresh. We ordered them, they cleaned them, flash freezed them, shipped them straight to us. They're that fresh. The shrimp is too. So, and y'all can do that. Maybe some way we can put a link up to where we ordered them, in case if somebody has a wanting to do that and get some for your family. They have several different varieties and sizes you can get and buy. I think the ones we got was the king ones or the supers, and they make them a little bigger than that, jumbo, and they make some smaller. So I chose these, probably 2 per sandwich, about what you want to figure for them. But they're also great. I want to throw a couple of them in with our shrimp when we do the barbecue shrimp, because you can eat them that way also. So anyways, we'll get to frying those later. And that's really the last thing you want to do in this recipe is cook your shrimp and cook your crabs. You want to prep everything, get everything ready. We got these really nice rolls already ready. We're going to butter them later and kind of heat them up, getting them looking good. We got a little bread here we're going to toast up that's already sliced, eat with the rice and shrimp. It's real good fresh bread, simple. We're going to do a little red cabbage slaw, which is just vinegar, ground mustard, salt and pepper, a little bit of Old Bay, so it keeps that theme of the whole Cajun seasoning and everything we're frying them with. And then we're going to do a few with just lettuce, tomato, and the po' boy sauce. It's like original po' boy on it. So we're going to do a couple options because someone may not like the slaw. It might be either too tart, too spicy for them. So, and then we'll do just a simple lettuce, tomato, and sauce, or po' boy sauce. Going to the po' boy sauce. This recipe will be on MTTV, our website. You go on, click down where the food shows are, click on it, recipe be listed. This recipe will serve 12 people. When you make 12 crabs equal to it. When you look on there, it'll say like ×3 on the sauce, so you just want a ×3 of all ingredients. So we got a couple cups of mayo, 3 tablespoons of ground mustard, whole ground mustard, honey Dijon mustard, a tablespoon of Old Bay seasoning, and that's it. It makes your sauce for your sandwiches. Mix that together, really good. If you want a little more Cajun or a little more heat to it, add some cayenne or whatever you want. You can really make it your own sauce. But we don't want this to take away the flavor of our soft shell crabs. So we don't want it real strong. You could also use this in your slaw if you wanted to. If you didn't want a vinegar-based slaw, you could take some of this mayonnaise and put it in there and make more of a creamy slaw. It's totally up to you. But where I figured we would have this on our bun either way, then we'd make a vinegar type slaw for crunch. And if you don't like that kind of slaw, use grandma's favorite slaw piece, whatever y'all got at home that you like. No big deal on the slaw. The creamier slaw will take away from the crabs, because if you put that on there with the bun, it's going to make it more soggy. So try to keep more of a dry, lightly moist slaw if you can. That's done. We're going to set this to the side. And we're going to go straight into, if you want to look at it, you see the ground mustard, a little bit of the red color from the Old Bay seasoning, and then the Dijon mustard kind of turned it a little brown too. So we'll set this over to the side. Let me find what I did with my handy dandy knife. Here it is. Okay. So the slaw, half red cabbage. I like for the slaw to be longer ribbon pieces. So I want to hold it up like this, and I want it to be super thin. So I want to shave it off. You can do it however you want to. You can also do it the other way. I prefer to do it this way myself. We want to cut super thin. And it won't take much of this. You don't want a bunch of this red cabbage on your sandwich. Just enough to give it a little crunch, a little different flavor. And like I said, we're going to slightly dress it. That's probably about enough. Just kind of eyeball it with what season, and then go through it a little bit and keep the long pieces, but kind of make it. You want it to look sort of like that. So, with our handy mountain telephone cutting boards, I love these. And the best thing about it, everybody's advertising these. Mountain Telephone has them. I know the extension agent or extension office has them. The best cutting boards, hand down. Cup it, pour it in whatever you're going to do like that. I mean, that's just handy. You can scoop your vegetables up. So, it's probably backwards, but anyhow, Mountain Telephone's awesome. Maybe flip it that way, and then you can see it. But this one's even got portion size plates, stuff about dairy, cheese, fats, oils. I mean, they're really cool. Maybe at the next customer appreciation day, they may have some. Who knows? So you can use a spatula, and you kindly or whisk that, or let me see if I think I got one right here. Let me grab one. Okay. So we just want to slightly mix this together. And it'll start to break down as you mix it. You can see it changing colors. This is going to be a vinegar crunch is all this is going to be. Other than that, this is a super simple dish. I ate the first crabs like I ever had in New Orleans. We went to a really nice restaurant, Drago's, I believe is the name of it. And they had a soft shell crab on cheese grits with Cajun shrimp. It's all in one dish. I mean, it was just awesome. And then since then, I've tried it many different ways. And one of my favorites is how we're doing it, not just fry it, throw it on some good bread, lettuce, tomato, a good Cajun sauce, and I mean, it just speaks for itself. So we're actually going to put our slaw in the fridge, and we're going to put our dressing in the fridge. And then at the end of the show, we'll bring them back out when we dress the crabs. When we come back, we're going to actually start prepping our crabs and shrimp to fry. We're going to make a Cajun sauce for just our shrimp only, cook them in like a Creole barbecue sauce, and then it's probably the whole meal overall is probably like 45 minutes to an hour. A little bit of probably 20-minute prep time. So if you're judging up on guests or doing it at home, you can plan on an hour and a half from prep to finish, and you'll be eating. So when we come back, we'll get started on that. Welcome back, y'all. A few things we've been prepping while you've been gone, and I want to get back with you. Of course, we put the slaw in the refrigerator for it to be getting cold, and we put the po' boy sauce in there. Okay, now we got our crabs out front ready to fry. Here's kind of how we're going to do this. I did put some of our garlic bread in the oven. Very simple. You can do it however you want to at home. If you've seen how I showed you, go ahead and slice, poured butter on it, garlic, laid it in there. Our fresh buns are still to the side just for the sandwiches. And what you see here is how we're going to make the shrimp. And we went over this last week. You got a whole lot of garlic, like tablespoons of garlic, no lie, stick and a half of butter, 2 wedges of lemon, a quarter of a jalapeno diced up, 2 tablespoons of paprika, and you mix all that together. I call it the Cajun barbecue shrimp. It is an awesome way to cook shrimp. And this will be served on rice after a while. Rice, you can do it any way you want to. You can buy it, make it from scratch as they go, say that takes 20-30 minutes. You can buy Uncle Ben's in a bag that's pre-seasoned like a rice peel-off. Whatever you all prefer. Rice is rice. If it's cooked properly, it's good. So if you don't want to spend the time, take 20 minutes to boil rice, put all your seasoning in it. There are very many good store-bought rice mixes you can get, take home. It's very, very good. So don't beat yourself up. Say, well, I don't have a rice cooker or boil it in a bag. I don't want to spend 20 minutes. So don't worry about that. We've already cleaned our shrimp. Now the best way to cook this is leave the shell on. You might say why? Because it will soak up every bit of that flavor in between the shell and the shrimp. And they're so much better. Yes, they're messier, but they're a whole lot better if you cook them that way. And these shrimp are fine. I mean, some good shrimp, good fresh shrimp. They was shipped with our crabs. So we're going to lay all these in here. And when we get these laid inside here, do this before you fry your soft shell crabs. And it's alright if they overlap because you're going to mix them together and throw them in the oven in a minute when I'm finished cooking. That way you don't have to sit and watch them here in a pan. They'll cook. It don't take long for them to cook. So I'm putting all of our nice shrimps in here. As Emerald Lagasse always said, shrimps. He used to, no joke, the first cooking show I can hardly remember was our oil's ready, some stuff flicked in it. Was with Bobby Flay and a guy that wore bib overalls, is grilling and chilling. It's before the Food Network got really, really big. And one would grill on a charcoal grill, one would grill on a gas grill. And then I got started watching Emerald, and he's like blew everyone away because he's all Cajun and Bam and all that. But I always remembered him calling them shrimps. So this sauce you'll serve over top the shrimp when it gets done. And we'll look at it here in a minute. So you want to coat all your shrimps real good in this seasoning. And the first time I ever had this dish was in Biloxi, might have been Gulf Shores, Alabama. Anyhow, it's called the Shoe Fly Inn, was actually the name of it, and it's on Dinner Dives and Drives, whatever that show is. You can go there and watch it, and they actually called barbecue shrimp served on rice with crusty bread, and it's real good. So we got this in our sauce, ready to go. We're going to put this in the oven on 350 for, 7-8 minutes. It'll be done. So put that in with our bread. I'm going to get our bread out. We'll put it over to the side. And I'm going to flip it over. And I know it's a side view. We don't want to do that, but we want it to soak up all this butter and stuff. And it'll stay hot right there in that cast iron pan until we get ready to eat. Now, my favorite part, the crabs. Like I said, these are already pre-cleaned. They're damp where they've been in ice, so that's a plus. So what you want to do is lightly coat, say it's doing 4 at a time. We got 12. So let's lightly coat them in our Andy's red seasoning. That's one of my favorite seafood seasonings as far as you can get it at Kroger's. So we want to get 4 of these in here. And I mean, get it all up in it. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. I mean, you want them to be flavored. You want them to be good and crispy. So there's 3. Let's get us one more. And y'all have seen me use this mixture before on other things we cook in the show. It's actually going into milk and egg, then back into cold crumbs, and then into the frying pan. So we'll put it in there. Then put this light coating of panko crumbs on it. And I use original. They make different flavors. But I just use original, so. These are so good. We'll get frying some in a minute, and we'll get them all fried up here. And I suggest when y'all go on vacation, if you've always been afraid to try crabs or anything like that, even these steamed are awesome. They're local to most bays, beaches, from all the way around the Gulf Coast, all the way up to Maryland, everywhere. They're just always call them blue crabs. I don't know Maryland's really known for them as that's one of the big things in Maryland is the crabs they serve up there. So, anyways, you want to always drop this in oil away from you. And always, the first time or two frying something in this, you want to check. And you want to put the shell down. I didn't tell you all that, but put the shell down. I want to try to do like 3 at a time. I was going to do 4, but we can't hold 4. So we're going to do 3 at a time until we get them all fried. Our shrimp is in there. Actually, what I'm getting ready to do is take one of these crabs so I can show a difference in it. And I'm going to put it in with our barbecue shrimp and show y'all at the end of it, let it cook so you can see another way of eating it. So when we come back, we'll have all the crabs fried up and we'll be ready to plate our sandwiches. Now, the moment we've been waiting to, we're ready to plate up. First thing we're going to plate up is going to be, and we got 3 more frying. Actually, let's just bring these over here so y'all can see them. Look how good these look. Fried up, shell up. That's the last 4. We'll put right here and let them, actually just slide that one over. Let them finish frying, cooking, and then we'll plate up. So our first one we're going to do is a little bit of this Creole mayonnaise we made. And if it's a little too strong for you, then I'm going to put that one back in there actually. Let's use, I did them a couple different ways. I did one with the panko breadcrumbs and one lightly seasoned just in the Andes flour. So we'll do that one first. We're going to put us a little bit of lettuce on there. Like that. Slice us one of these good tomatoes. I just wanted to wait to slice them until we got ready to eat. And it just prefers on your guests. They might like the coleslaw and then they just might want to go a little more traditional with tomato on it. Okay, that's one way. That's what I call my classic way. You can see the little fingers sticking out. Okay, next one's going to be just a little bit of our mayo. Little bit, my little bit may not be your little bit. So we'll put it on the bottom. We're going to put 2 of our regular season, just with a little bit of flour on this one. Let's turn them back to back like this. Okay, and this one's going to be with the slaw on it. Now this is a tangy vinegar slaw, so you don't want a whole lot on it because it's real big in flavor. Okay, you can either share these or whatever. They're plenty big enough to share, so I'm going to cut these in half. That way you can kind of look at the inside of them. And that's what they look like on the inside. They're just full meat. You can see that meat right there. They're just delicious. So I would kind of serve these like that. We're going to put them on the side. Next is our Cajun shrimp and crabs. And you can do this as an appetizer if you wanted to. Have some little trays set out where they can scoop a little bit of rice and that. You just First, you can eat the crabs like this too. Just cook them in it and pull them apart, eat them like you would a shrimp. Very delicious that way. And then we're going to just pile our shrimp on there. We got some crusty bread there. You don't want to leave the little crab legs off. And remember, you gotta peel these shrimps. This is a delicious meal right here. We got more bread cooked. That's just some lightly seasoned garlic brown bread. Pour a little bit of this butter mixture on top of it. I mean, it will make a tadpole want to slap a whale to get to it. I'm telling you guys. So this is the meal. I mean, it's that easy. We got our Cajun shrimp here with a little bit of the blue crab, soft shell crab, dipped in bread and rice. Serve them with some little platters on the side. Let it go. Then we got our awesome soft shell crab sandwiches. I don't know which one to try in front of a camera, so I'm going to take a big bite out of this nice soft shell crab. Out of this world. But of course, I gotta try one of my shrimps. And they're messy. I mean, you're going to make a mess. This kind of food is not your white shirt and black tie event. I mean, you're going to have it dripping off your elbows, down your chin, and your mustache if you're a guy. It is awesome. This is hands down. Guys, thanks for tuning in. This is this week's episode. If you get a chance, go and order these crabs. Do something special. You can do this as a New Year's Eve or Christmas Eve. It's something special. We'll have recipes links up. I want to thank MTTV for letting me do my show, letting me bring this to you guys. I want to thank you years for tuning in. I love it when I see someone out I've never met and they say, hey, you're that guy that we seen on TV show. Get to talk to them, talk about food, good conversation. We thank y'all. We love y'all. Until the next episode. See you next week. Thanks.